Direct democracy, sometimes called pure democracy. What is it? Well, according to Wikipedia, it's a form of government in which people vote on policy initiatives directly, as opposed to a representative democracy, in which people vote for representatives who then vote on policy initiatives. Direct democracy is a term commonly used to refer to three types of vote. You have citizen initiatives. That's where people can force a vote by, say, proposing new legislation and getting enough signatures in a petition. And then, of course, you have referendums, where people vote on a specific issue or piece of legislation. And thirdly, you have recalls. That's where citizens have the ability to force a vote on whether to oust an elected official by getting enough signatures in a petition. So, surely, under direct democracy, greater power would lie in the hands of the voters, as opposed to representative democracy. Well, there are certain things we have to think about here. Some are concerned that democracy by referendum would result in public apathy and voter fatigue, as voters are faced with the same questions over and over again. There's the question of practicality and efficiency. Wouldn't it be slow and expensive if we were to decide most matters of public importance by referendum? Would a direct democracy oversimplify policies to a yes or no vote? In a representative democracy, a parliamentary one, laws are scrutinised and rewritten, and there's a whole checking process. Majority decisions are implemented, yes, but minority rights are upheld, generally speaking. But with direct democracy, its means, mostly referenda, need simplification. And what gets passed in an overly simplified system is often unbalanced. It's not difficult to imagine that a direct democracy could lead to a majority rule with no respect for minority rights kind of society. Would it be true to say that direct democracy lacks accountability of decision making? In a representative democracy, an elected official that passes a bill will face the consequences or the rewards of the outcome. Citizens can hold their elected representatives to account. But in a direct democracy, the broad base of voters can't really be held to account for bad collective decisions, can they? Well, we wouldn't have individual accountability anyway. Sometimes elected officials have to make unpopular decisions. Unpopular but necessary decisions. And some of these decisions can cause genuine discomfort to the general public. But if we have a direct democracy, unpopular laws or policies could be swept away by the people. If we have a society where we could easily get rid of unpopular but necessary things, and we did get rid of them, wouldn't we be setting ourselves up for big trouble in the future? Perhaps under a direct democracy, political processes would be sped up considerably. But there's a risk involved with speeding things up. I mean, the risk of overreaction, of course. For example, support for the death penalty often goes up suddenly after news about some terrible crime comes out, but then returns to lower levels soon after. So if we had a system where the people could change laws quickly, we might end up with some very extreme laws on the books, you know? What if you live in a country where most people are uninformed about politics? What if you live in a country where people are very easily swayed by cunning advertising campaigns? Perhaps in a direct democracy, the owners of some of the larger media companies would end up with too much influence. There are other concerns regarding the issue of direct democracy, such as the concern that referenda devalues the role of legislative bodies. And it's been observed that in the past, referenda has been used as a malignant form of protestation. There are plenty of well-articulated arguments in favour of direct or pure democracy, of course. When looking at any subject or debate, it's important to look at and weigh up the pros and cons and try to gain a balanced view. I'd like to know what you think about the whole representative versus direct democracy issue. So feel free to post comments below. Let me know your thoughts. Anyway, see you next time, folks. Peace.